What's up everyone, it's Ojh. We're back at it again, and in this video I'm going to show you the way that I killed General Drakkisath. Got kind of different strategies across all of the leaders. With two of the leaders, we killed General Drakkisath inside of 40 seconds, so stick around for that. The videos are coming out in a little bit of strange order at the moment, and that's for no particular reason. I've got an Omnitron, an Emperor Thaurissan, and Rend videos ready to go, but I've seen people struggling to kill the General, and as that is the final boss, the highest level, level 26, and he's keeping people from gaining that legendary core, this is the one that we're going to release today. Let's jump straight into it with our Horde family and Grommash as the leader. Okay, so here is the deck then. So Grommash, like I said, with the Savage Strike talent. Then we've got Execute with the Bloodlust talent. We've got a MVPs, not seen very often at all, unless you're playing PvP at the moment, and then they're everywhere. But the Sappers are in this deck to come in clutch right at the end. Then we've got the Whelpegs with the Flame Burst talent. Quillbore with the Tunnel Vision talent. I can't remember the name. Harpies with the poison talent, and finally we've got Banshee with the talent to restore possessed units back to 100% health. This deck is the exact same deck as what I used for my Hogger for the Beast family. When I was recording that kill, I was actually recording the wrong screen because I'm an absolute sausage, but it was exactly the same as this. That kill took 40 seconds. This kill takes less than 40 seconds as well. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so this kill, like I said, is 40 seconds. This is a smash and grab. This won't work for every single leader, but if you do have this same pattern of AI mini drops, then this is the way to deal with it, and it'll get you straight through it. So as you can see, we've got things like the Banshee only at level 22, like the Harpies only at level 23, but we're going to get ourselves straight in there. So we're going to play the Whelpegs on the boss. Boss does that big, General does that big AoE attack there that'll kill everything around it. Quillbore coming in behind to tank, Execute on everything, so it's all bloodlusted, and that is good. Now the boss will do another one of those big AoE bursts that'll kill everything, but we've got the Molten Giant possessed there, and then we've got the Sappers that are going to come in, do the job, less than 40 seconds. Okay, next up then is Tyrion. So Tyrion, I can't remember what the talent is called, but it's the one where he gets like 30% health, then goes immune for 5 seconds or so. Gives Tyrion a chance to heal himself back up. Just becomes a really, really super tanky unit, really important. What you're going to see throughout the remainder of the deck, so for this Alliance one, for the Undead one that I'll do next, and then for the Blackrock one last, is that 5 minis of each deck are exactly the same. That is the Huntress with the Stealth talent, so she can get the first attack away and possibly even get a second attack in before she becomes within range and gets hit herself, so that is absolutely incredible. Quillbore is going to be in every single deck. Whelpegs with the Flame Burst talent, Harpies with the poison, and Banshee healing those possessed targets back to 100%. Those 5 minutes are going to be absolutely essential in all of the decks that I do, especially Banshee. And then there is one difference in this one. We've got the Griffin Rider in there for a little bit of air attack because of obviously the flame like grills or the flame grate that will burn your ground minis. So the Griffin Rider is in there. Dropping those potions to level up any mini that touches it. So that's enough about that. Here is the Tyrion kill. Right, Tyrion then. So this is not a cheese strategy. There is no cheese strategies throughout this video. This is just a normal kill. Again, we're reasonably low level in comparison. I think we're about 3. I can't remember what the average level of this deck was. But anyway, we're going to start out with a Banshee. Banshee is going to be used to get as many Molten Giants as we can. Now, you can play your Banshee to get Flame Elementals, but I do think it's better on Molten Giants. Played the Huntress down the left there to trigger the Pressure Pad to get the 2 Flame Elementals and the Fire Hammer, I think that's her name, burning to help us take out that push so we don't take too much damage. So Molten Giant doing a good job of tanking for us. Huntress coming down and getting some good damage in there for us as well. And unfortunately, even though we've got a decent sized push going on the right, it just didn't seem worth it to play a Quillbore to distract. So we've been a little bit patient there. But we've cycled back round to another... Oh, itchy eye. Deary me. We cycle back around to another Banshee, and we've got the Huntress in there behind. Unfortunately, the Kobold on the left, I did want the goal, but the Kobold is going to like burn our own troops, our own minis. But this time I have gone in with the Quillbore just for that, 100% distraction if the Molten Giant wasn't going to be enough. Wellpegs coming down on the left side there because, like I said, because they are a air unit, they're not, not troubled by the burn. We cycle back around to another Banshee, and we've taken another Molten Giant, and those two little whelps are going to do a good job of helping us take out that Flame Elemental. So having the Siege Tower on the right is really good for us because we can get some quick support, and now we don't need to worry about passing over any of those flame grill grate things. Quillball coming in to distract, but Quillball was absolutely battered by the General himself and also the Molten Giant. Now, it's a shame that that Banshee wasn't slightly faster and would have kept our Huntress alive that a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's all right. We're doing not bad. We've got a minute and a half to go. The General is at about half health, and it's pretty steady, pretty patient. So a couple of Core Hounds coming down on the left. We're going to play with the Tyrion in the right. Like I say, Tyrion being super tanky. And a Molten Giant on the left as well means that we can play some air units and they'll be safe from everything that's going on down there. Wellpegs coming in to help Tyrion with the Flame Elemental, and Tyrion has gone immune or did go immune temporarily. And we've cycled back round to another Banshee to take the Molten Giant again. And we're just being patient here. We've still got 45 seconds of normal time. Then we've got obviously the minute of overtime as well. And yeah, there's no great panic. So we have had to play our Quillball to turn the Ogre Mage around there, which we would rather not have done. We've ended up kind of playing our Harpy straight into a Drake there, so not ideal. But we have cycled back around to another Banshee. That's going to be the theme of this, to get ourselves another Molten Giant, and then hopefully we can make something happen here. General Drakkisath's big kind of frontal AoE does hit ground and does hit air and will do massive damage. Harpy's coming in. Quillball in behind to distract all that poison on the General, and we should be pretty close to getting this done. We're within Wellpeg Flame Burst range, we barely took any damage. Really, really patient. Keep cycling around to those Banshees, just like that. Okay, so here is the Baron deck that I used then. Average level 24. I think this is the highest average level deck that we've got. I think the rest are either 22 or 23. But again, this is still 2 levels lower than the General. So as I've said previously, is that the 5 main minis that I've used in this are present again in this deck. So we've got Banshee, Quillball, Huntress, Wellpegs and Harpies. The only difference this time is that my Necromancer was reasonably well, was very well leveled and fitted into that Undead slot perfectly. So that's the deck. Let's look at the run. Right, Baron then. The thing that you need to remember about Baron is because the skeleton spawn from either side is that they are going to trigger the pressure pads, so things on the other side are going to get burnt. So that's just an extra kind of... not annoyance, but just something to be aware of. So, you know, maybe a different undead leader will be good for you. So we started out here with a Banshee on the Flame Elemental. I played this one a few times and realised that the AI was opening with a Flame Elemental to tank for an Ogre Mage. And I didn't have the right things in hand to be able to deal with that. So on this one, we're going to go for a bit of a unbounds type of kill. So we're going to play Wellpegs on the boss. The boss does that big explosion, big area of effect thing, which is going to pop the Wellpegs out, and then we're going to play a Quillball behind once that once the eggs have hatched, and that's kind of going to be the main way we're going to deal with this. But we're still going to stay patient. So like I say, I'd rather be Bansheeing the Molten Giants, but I just don't think we're going to be able to get that done. I played my Huntress on the left to trigger the pressure pad, so we can get that Firehammer mini to burn, and that'll just help us out with that defense. Pretty confident with how things are going. So Wellpeg's coming down, Quillball coming down to distract. We should get a decent amount of damage on there, and we're doing a reasonably solid job of defending, if I do say so myself. So everything coming down the left side is ground targeting only, so we can play Harpies over there to kill the Molten Giants, kill the Dark Eye Miner, the Kobold, and the Core Hounds. Well, that being said, is that, oh, that's a good point, actually, that if you do try and kill the Molten Giants, that they explode. So watch out for that. But yeah, all things considered, we are doing all right, even though this push coming in looks a bit scary. But Necromancer is absolutely awesome because of the distraction that you get from the skeletons that are spawned. Hunters coming down there as well, taking out those tanky units at the front, but also those rear line minis. Again, we've got Flame Elemental, we've got just ground minis coming down the right hand side. That's the first living bomb I've seen, so don't stack your troops up like me. We are going to take a little bit of damage from the Molten Giant, Itchy Forehead, but I'm pretty confident with how things are going defensively, so we're going to go in again for the Whelpegs and the Quillbore. So I think that you just need to pick your moment when you're going in for these, is that just if you just keep spamming it every time you've got it in hand, I think your defences are going to be a little bit tricky. But what I want to do here is I've only got 6 gold in hand, and I want to use my Banshee to possess one of these targets, so it can go and help with the defense. So that's exactly what we did. So we did take a smack from the Flame Elemental, but for the greater good, because once it was possessed, the Flame Elemental wandered over to the left and started helping out with the defense of the Molten Giant. So Huntress again going to do a really, really good job of taking out, especially that Ogre Mage. That's that backline troop that we really, really want to get rid of because of the splash damage to air targets. So we can play our Harpies now, safe in the knowledge that they've just got a Molten Giant to deal with. That's all looking good from a defensive point of view. We've got ourselves back to 5 gold, and we've gone in for that push again. However, General Drakkisath spawns minis either side of him kind of periodically, and I don't know what that is. And if you do what I just did, then when your Whelpegs burst, they'll just start attacking those minis. So there is a little bit of a timing too, because I essentially wasted that 5 gold. We didn't get much value on that at all. But we've got a reasonably quick cycle. We've cycled all the way back round to another set of, Whelpegs and Quillbore, all while getting ourselves a Banshee down to possess that Flame Elemental on the right, and that will be the end of that. Right, final one then, Emperor Thaurissan, average level 23.9, average cost 3.4. I think if you've got a deck that's around 3.3, 3.4, something like that, that you should always be able to cycle around to get back to a Banshee in time for the next kind of big push, whether that be Molten Giant or Flame Elemental or whatever. So as with previous decks, the 5 core minis are in there, that being the Whelpegs, the Quillbore, the Harpies, the Huntress, and the Banshee. Really, really important to have your Banshee in there, even at level 23 versus these 26s, still does good work. And the additional one this time from the Blackrock family is the Pyromancer with the Pyroblast talent, because she hits like a truck on that first hit, and you get good splash damage out of her. So that's the deck. Let's look at the run. Right, last one, Emperor Thaurissan. So again, this is one where I think we go for a little bit of a unbound kill strategy. This starting hand, like I say, I've had a few goes at this. The AI was playing the Flame Elemental up front with an Ogre Mage behind, and we didn't have much in hand that could deal with that. So we played the Harpies, then we just cycled a Kobold so we could get round to our Quillbore to distract the Ogre Mage, so that the Ogre Mage didn't flatten our Harpies immediately. That gave us opportunity to get round to our Banshee. We can play our Banshee on the right hand side to possess the Flame Elemental. And that is not a bad little defense there, even if it was a little bit manufactured, let's say. So, Prowler being stealth will get the first shot off and the second shot off, and then we're going to go in, because I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Whelpegs coming down, Quillbore down to distract, and we're going to have to take a couple of shots to our base there, and then it will be the Banshee played slightly to the left, because I wanted to get that Molten Giant, not the Flame Elemental, but to be honest, either will do. And the sneaky Huntress ran up the left hand side and did get some hits onto the General there, so that was good for us. So Harpies will do a good job on those ground-only minis there. Whelpegs going in again, Quillbore in to distract, and with a minute and a half gone, we've got the General down to less than half health. We cycle back round to another Banshee so we can possess that Molten Giant. Turn around, get rid of those Core Hounds for us, thanks very much. Flame Elemental on the right, ground only, just a lone mini coming in. Harpies are going to be plenty enough to deal with that without us taking much damage at all. Yeah, they go straight into a Drake, but Drakes, in fairness, don't do loads of damage anyway, so not too much to worry about for us there. Just being patient, we drop in our Whelpegs and Quillboar, because if we'd have done it a little bit earlier, then that Ogre Mage would have been standing there and would have just given us a right C into, and that would have been a wasted 5 gold for us. So there's a fair bit going on here, isn't there? So obviously we want to possess that Molten Giant, and if we can get something down like our Pyromancer, one big hit, bang, that is the end of that. See you later. And then all we really need to do here is cycle round to our Whelpegs and Quillboar again, and we'll be in a really good spot. But let's be patient first. We've got a little bit of defending to do. Huntress being stealth will get away 1 shot, 2 shots to take out that mini, and here we go. This should be the end, I think. Whelpeg's coming down with the Flame Burst, Quillboar in to distract, and I think that that will be the end of that. So a bit of patience, solid defense, nothing more to add. Okay, so that is how I killed General Drakkisath with all of the families. Like I say, there isn't a Beast family video in here. I did use Hogger. The reason there's not a Beast family deck is because I'm an absolute muppet and was recording the wrong screen. But I used the identical deck to my Horde Grommash kill. If the AI does come with that particular routine, which I've seen a number of times, then that is the way to do it. You'll kill General Drakkisath in less than 40 seconds, even with the level 20 sappers in there. So, as I said at the very beginning, I've got Omnitron video, Emperor and Ren videos coming out to you soon. But if this video did help you, then please let me know about your success in the comments. If this video was useful, please give it a thumbs up. And for more videos like this and for future tips and strategy guides to get you through the whole heroic campaign, please get yourself subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.